For this lesson in Illustrator, I'm going to show you how to make this cute little cartoon ninja character and then a more familiar character, the minion. And I'm just going to show you how to do the body, and then I'll do a lesson on how to make a great eye. Alright, so let's go ahead and begin with the ninja. I have my shapes palette pulled up here. I just clicked and then pull that off to get your shapes. It's just easy access. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create the ninja's head, which is just a perfectly round circle, black circle. So I'm going to make sure that my black is on my foreground fill and my stroke is turned off. It'll be turned off for the entire lesson. So I'm going to hold down Shift so I can keep my aspect ratio, just like that. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create the face. So I was on the circle, I'm going to click off of it, and over here I'm going to get some more workspace. I'm going to go ahead and create another circle, but this circle is going to be the color of skin. Now there are a number of different skin colors over here in my swatches palette. If I click down on this folder here and go to skin tones, it'll pull up a pattern of different skin tones. You choose a skin tone that you like, and what you can do too is you can take a skin tone and move it on over to your swatches and have that readily available to you at any time. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our ellipse tool, hold down Shift, and make a slightly smaller circle. This is the part for his face. And then I'm going to create another ellipse, but this time I'm not going to hold down Shift, and I'm just going to use this to cut off that top part there. Move that over, just like that, and I'm going to select everything so I can center that in my Align tool. This is what you use to make that target symbol. Then I'm going to hold down Alt, I'm going to go down to my Pathfinder and click Divide. Now at this point I have three different shapes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this top shape, hit delete, click on the middle shape, hit delete, and now I can go to my selection tool and move that on over. Again, select and align. Now the next thing I'm going to do is create his eyes, and if I zoom in really closely, you'll see that the eye is simply just a black circle with a little white triangle in it. So let me go back to my circle, and I'm going to make it black. I'm going to hold down Shift, create a little black circle, click off of it, and go to either my polygon or my star tool. Hold down my arrow key to create that triangle. Turn that to white, and then move that in there. And whenever you're creating eyes, it's always a lot easier to just finish the creation of an eye and then duplicate it to make the other eye so they're exactly the same. So let me move that on over, zoom out here a little bit, Command minus minus, and get that on over on my ninja. And that way too you can resize without having to resize both of them. I'm going to hold down Alt and then bring over that other eye. Okay. Alright. Now we're on to the body, and the body is actually just a rounded rectangle shape, which is the second button here. And a nice option on the rounded rectangle tool is that if I click and drag, I can hold down my arrow key, my downward arrow key, to make the edges sharper, and I can click the up arrow key to make them rounder. Okay, so I'm going to give it a nice rounded edge, and I'm going to move that over. Right, and now you'll see that in order to get these areas here behind the head, I'm now covering the face. So I'm going to right click, arrange, and send to back. Okay, now his body is actually behind the head. All right. And I'm going to do the same for his legs. His legs are just smaller versions of his body. I'm going to sharpen up the edges a little bit, holding that down key down. And bring this leg over, and hold down Alt and bring that other leg over. And then the next thing we're going to do is make his arms. Now you'll see his arms have a gradient on that, and I did that in order for you to be able to see his arm up against his body, so almost creating kind of a light source, a reflection, and a shadow. So let's go ahead and make another rounded rectangle, just like that. And we're going to go to our direct selection tool, wait for the arrow to curve, and then just slightly bring it to its side. Okay, so as you can see, it all blends in together, so we're going to go ahead and create a gradient here. I'm going to create the gradient by using a black, which already exists here on my default, and then kind of a medium gray. I'm going to flick off that white because it's too much contrast. And I actually want my gradient to kind of go up and down, so I'm going to go here and move it so the black is on the bottom. There we go. I think if I type in 90, that will be just right. Okay, maybe a little bit more black. Yeah, 90 is not going to work, so let's, there we go. It's at a weird angle, so just right. There we go. Alright, so let's click off of that and hold down Alt and make your other arm. This arm's going to go up into that sparring stance, and I want that arm to go behind, so again, right click, arrange, send back. And now what we need to do is create his little hands, and that's just simply an ellipse with the same skin tone. Curve this hand just a little bit, and once again send it back. Hold on Alt and bring another one over. This one I actually have to bring forward. So let me bring this forward before I bring it over so I can see it. And I'm going to curve it this way. And this one's going to be tricky. I can't send it back now because it'll go behind that one. So I'm actually going to hold down Shift and grab the arm as well. And I'm going to create a division. So I'm going to hold down Alt and click Divide. And that way I can just take the white arrow and delete this portion here. That doesn't look quite right. So I think what I need to do, actually, let's go ahead and right-click and let's send it backward. So send back means it goes all the way back. Send backward means that it just sends it back one, and that should work. Yep, that worked just fine. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create this nice little shadow here to kind of ground him. So I'm going to pick a really light gray, go to my ellipse tool, just create that right here. Arrange back. And then I'm going to grab my rectangle tool to create his little stick. Make that brown. And turn that to its side. And that's how you create a ninja. Now, if you want to make a ninja, maybe he wants a girlfriend, so I can go ahead and hold on Alt, bring that on over here. And then it's just a matter of changing the color. This one I would have to make another gradient. Flipped off the wrong color there. There we go. And I should have saved that gradient, so I'm not doing it twice, but Sometimes we forget. Okay, so it's really quick and easy to just duplicate like that. No need in recreating. And then, you know, maybe this one has a different arm position. You know, maybe she's going to be having her arm the opposite way. We should probably move her over. Go. So you don't always have to start from scratch, which is nice. Get her hand over there. Maybe they're holding hands or in love. And that's how you create your ninjas. Look for the next lesson, the minion, for the lesson on that.